Product not yet rated.
Hey again, everybody. We're the Unprofessionals, and this time we wanted to actually go ahead and talk about a game that we grew up with. At least I remember being, maybe a sophomore or freshman in high school. Actually, Kingdom Hearts was what we wanted to talk about. The trailer for 3 just got released, or additional gameplay footage, rather. So we wanted to talk about our impressions of 3 and just the Kingdom Hearts series as a whole. For me personally, I actually grew to really like it, considering they HD remixed all of the things for PS3. So we have 1.5 and 2.5, and they brought all the games back because everything was released on different consoles. So they brought all of that back, and I got to play each and every one of them, or at least most of them, because two of them are just movies, rather. And they did it to just get everybody up to speed before 3 released. So, what do you guys think? What was the last Kingdom Hearts you guys played?
2.
Well, 2, yeah, basically.
2, right?
I didn't even finish 2.
You didn't?
I don't know why I never finished it. Yeah.
I didn't even play 2 until recently.
No, kick me out. Kick me out of the group.
I had the disc, but
Sorry.
I just never bothered to. Probably didn't play it.
Kingdom Hearts 2?
Yeah, like for PS2, I still have my copy.
Mhm.
But then now you've beat it now.
I beat
right?
it. I beat
Yeah.
it now.
You pretty much played all of them.
Everything.
In its entirety.
Multiple times.
You know everything, or you know more than us.
Right.
You know more of the story than us.
I got the full Kingdom Hearts experience.
That's cool, though. We've grown to like Kingdom Hearts because it's very relatable, because we've all watched Disney movies. And,
Right.
That crossover between, Squaresoft RPGs, JRPGs into the, Disney World,
Yeah.
it just seemed familiar, you know what I mean?
That's
Everything,
what caught my eye. Like, that was my impression. And
when the first game
It's
came
like
out.
it's a really weird concept, but it's like really cool too.
it worked.
The story is just very, really, towards adults.
Yeah.
Like, when I first played
Oh, yeah,
the first Kingdom Hearts,
Fairly dark.
Yeah.
Story.
I was like, this isn't really meant... I was actually working at GameStop when the first Kingdom Hearts
Not
came out.
Babbage's.
Not bad.
Electronic
Daddy.
boutique.
Yeah.
No, GameStop in Fairfield, actually, the mall.
Yeah, I remember
I
that.
used to work there, and I remember my manager coming up to me and saying, "Hey, did you play Kingdom Hearts?" I'm like, "No, I enjoy RPGs, but I haven't gotten around to it." So it's really, really dark for what it is. Like, you may think it's a Disney story or a Disney, it's all fun and games, but
Yeah.
it's pretty dark. And I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try. I like dark stuff, and that's, that's how I got into it. It's because how it was explained to me. It's like Disney characters, dark story, RPG from Squaresoft. Let's give it a go.
Yeah, no, that's me too. I think when Kingdom Hearts came out, that was like Squaresoft's boom, right? They're like just had. I don't remember what Final Fantasy came out, but definitely 7 was out already.
Probably 10.
Maybe
10.
they were already
Around
that
10.
far.
Yeah, it was
10?
PS2.
Yeah.
PS2.
Oh yeah. Yeah, see, they were booming right there, and everyone was playing those. At least the people that I hung out with, we all played all the Final Fantasies, and then this game came out, and I was like, oh, it's like Final Fantasy meets Disney, and it's an action RPG. I was like, I'm down with that. So, and I really enjoyed the game, and the storyline's good too.
Just like back then compared to now, since we have it all in one console, it just was really bad on their part releasing or having a bunch of side releases on different consoles.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we were
Yeah.
talking. I brought that up earlier, and that was my whole issue with the series. I played 1, I played 2 in its entirety, and I loved 2. I got the extra, the bonus ending or whatever. So, I think around that time I was playing Final Fantasy 11.
Well, then we played nothing else then.
Yeah,
Explain.
it was that game, and then Final Fantasy 11. 11 was our MMO that I played a lot. Level 75 monk, black belt monk, yo, samurai, yo. No, just kidding.
But
So when that came out, I completed it, and of course, I was waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3. I wanted a continuation of the story. And then all these games came out on the Game Boy Advance, the PSP, and then the 3DS, or whatever DS that came out, Nintendo DS, before the 3DS, or whatever. And I brought up the topic of fragmentation. Everything was on different consoles, and I didn't have access to all those consoles. And like you said, the stories are important.
Even though they said they weren't.
Yeah, like aside from like, because since they're not all numbered, because third is going to be the 7th game, I believe,
of the entire series.
Actually, maybe the 8th, I think, now, because
Wow,
the Dream Drop
really
Distance.
played
I was
two
waiting
of them.
for 3, just
Yeah.
number 3, not
And-
not 8.
So, yeah, for them to say that it's not important, it actually is, because, you know, playing 2, like, there's just a bunch of characters that pop out of nowhere. Like,
Yeah,
who are
that's
these
like
guys?
the weirdest part of 2.
And with the trailer of like 3 and 2.8 also, which is going to be the last prequel before the third, you know, they show even more characters, and like you won't know who they are unless you played like all of them. Like yeah. So
Unless they have like
Ridiculous.
a primer system in the game where they just, you know, it's just books that you can just read.
Yeah, well, that's what they did, right? In the HD, they kind of filled you into. That's kind of what they're for.
for the games that you weren't able to play, they would just play the cutscenes, and yeah, like what you were saying, like a primer, kind of like encyclopedia of each like world they visited and what kind of happened. To be honest, I probably don't even remember one of them because I fell asleep during like the movie.
No, they're not meant to watch in like one fat sitting. So
Right.
I can imagine.
But I just wanted my trophies out of the way. But and I mean, aside from that, I mean, I'll probably go back and rewatch it. But I think out of everything, my favorite would have to be Birth by Sleep, because it actually improves the battle system. Instead of just like hitting X and it's just straight up like attacking. Like, I mean, even though like Sora did have like special moves and stuff, it kind of made you think a little more, since it used like a spell and like recharge system, like where you had to like wait it out, and you would have to like set up what they called like a deck, and you could input whatever spells you want, and yeah, you can kind of, there was a little more depth to it basically. So I think Birth by Sleep was definitely one of my my favorite.
More interactive in the battle system rather than just mashing.
Right, exactly.
Certain buttons.
What was the first other Kingdom beside Kingdom Hearts that came out? And that was like a card-based game.
Oh,
too.
the Chain of Memories.
That's, that's what made me
Game-
stop
Game
playing.
Boy
That
Advance.
was-
Oh, man.
I didn't like that one.
I got that on Game Boy Advance.
I
think it was
didn't even
like,
figure out how to play the game, and I stopped.
I like got trapped in like a certain area, and I was just like, screw this. I'm
Yeah.
playing Final
Okay.
Fantasy VI Advance.
Close this clamshell and
Some people do like the game, and actually, it wasn't something that I was forced to like. I actually grew to like it, because the game is a lot like War. So the higher number beats the lower
the
number.
lower number.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's actually more simple.
Than it actually seemed.
Mm-hmm.
I found that out like 10 years later when I tried to play it again.
And it was just kind of weird seeing like seeing Kingdom Hearts on Game Boy Advance back then. That was a little weird too. It was just like, really, they go from 3D to this? But I just actually learned they re-released it on PlayStation 2.
Yep.
Yeah, as a full 3D
3D game, yeah.
So I didn't even know that, and that's basically what's in the HD remix.
I honestly don't think I had an excuse to not play any of them. I think I had every single console it was on. I think. What was it on? Like SP and then, or Advance? And
Yeah,
then,
Advance
PSP.
or whatever.
Oh, one was on PSP.
and then one's
okay,
on
never mind.
3DS.
I didn't have a
Or,
PSP.
Oh,
DS, I think.
3DS.
I had a DS and
Oh,
3DS.
was it 3DS?
Yeah, that's a Dream Drop Distance, and that's on 2.8.
Let's just say that when the games were released, I didn't have this particular system to play it on.
Right, the proper,
Yeah, and then that basically turned me off.
And I'm pretty sure that was most of the audience too. They probably had access to like one or two at best, or something like a handheld, and an actual console,
I
right?
gotta buy like 4 consoles just to play this damn
Play,
thing.
yeah.
Right?
Or to
Just
like
to keep up.
Well, I mean, like you said, they said you know, that these games weren't really important, but going back on it, all the characters in there or
Pop
the
out of
story
nowhere.
are like, really
all of a sudden
relating.
you're playing Roxas, and then like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, Namine, who's that? Oh,
Yeah.
she was in too.
They mention them a lot, but I mean, I guess the core story,
Mhm.
it's pretty basic. It's just like good guys versus bad guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's what most games are, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can say that about any game, but for them to just kind of go back and just like, oh, it's we'll just throw out everything out there, which is a good thing. Like, to be honest, I don't know if even the initial audience even cares anymore, really. Like,
We just want to play 3.
right,
Like,
yeah.
honestly, like we just from my standpoint and your standpoint, we played 1, 2. I didn't play. Maybe I kind of played the side stories or whatnot. I really want to play 3, and I'm hyped for it. I'm not saying considering like how pessimistic I am, or we are kind of like with the whole series in general. I really want to play 3. I want to know what happens with the story, and going back to like the side stories or side games that we've had. Honestly, they have, Disney's back, and why couldn't they, create an anime or like a CG movie to like recap the whole story instead of having to own a system?
I don't even know.
Own every system to play it.
By Disney backing, I'm thinking like they got Disney money, but I don't think they do. I think they just have a license.
Just the
and they
license.
Yeah,
go
that's
ahead
what I think
go
too.
about it, because they're going at the new Square Enix pace. Like, it's taking forever for this game to come out.
True. And the fact that they're working on Final Fantasy 15 for
The
like
same guy, right? The
yeah,
same
a
director is working
million
on both.
years. Jeez. Well, I can understand your point then. Yeah.
Yep, they're working at a snail's pace here.
And they need to hire more creative talent.
So
Jeez.
yeah, they can't find them, like people that
Don't be picky about. I mean, the talent's out there. Look at them. They're working
hire
for
some
different.
schmuck off the streets.
Yeah. Look at the people that did Nino Kuni. I mean, look at the story. Look at the freaking.
They're a good
gameplay.
studio though. What, level 5?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a creative talent. Talent's out there. They can hire somebody. They just probably don't. They're
I
just
guess they want top tier talent.
an honor
They're probably not making a lot of money right now.
Square.
Especially now. Yeah.
They're not
As much as
like
they
back then. Yeah.
Yeah,
the golden age.
because they had like everything at their disposal. Like, they were producing like everything good as far as JRPGs, especially PS1 days.
Kings.
Mhm.
You know. So yeah, that's my question. Where is the Kingdom Hearts audience like now? I mean, probably if you were playing when you were 7 when the first one was released, you're definitely well into like your 20s, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Like, if you've been following it for that long.
Yeah.
But I guess it's good. I mean, it's definitely good that maybe they're trying to not only give everybody that nostalgia factor by re-releasing these games, but trying to draw a new audience
Yeah,
in.
that's pretty much what they're doing.
Right.
Is trying to draw in people for the third one.
But
And
like,
refreshing the memories
Yeah,
of
of
those
the
who
older
actually
crowd,
played the game.
yep.
yeah, but it like the attention spans of gamers of some of the audience these days, like, they just want quick.
Kill things.
Yeah,
Yep.
they just want it all quick.
Yep.
So, do they really have this time? I mean, I'm sure there's a few.
In
people.
contrast, we got Star Wars, and then we have fans that will, I mean, like for the movies, you got the fans that have been watching the movies,
Hmm.
and they've waited for so long for Episode 7.
Yeah, but then there's also like a lot of kids now. They know what Star Wars is.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
especially.
and they
Yeah.
enjoy it
It's just
too.
like instilled in.
Well, it's mostly because of cartoons. They
And it's
might-
just the saturation of it too.
yeah, it's still around. It's
Right.
not something that died a long time ago.
Because like everywhere you go, it's Star Wars right now.
Mhm. Well,
So-
yeah,
So it's really hard to say like with the effect. Like, I mean, we don't see it like unless you just shop video games. That's all you're gonna see from Kingdom Hearts. They're not like blowing up the ads. I'm pretty sure we'll see like a few commercials here and there for
Yeah.
3, especially. But
But Disney characters.
it's Disney. It's Disney.
They have Mickey
Disney
Mouse.
maybe they'll pay for some advertising, maybe.
Possibly, yeah.
Goofy, man.
Okay. Your guys' impressions of 3. What do you guys think?
Of the new trailer that came
Right.
out with the 2.8. I'm happy the way it's going along. To me, it looks a little it's not polished yet, but I mean it's still in development, so
Polished
I
as
can't
in
fault
for like PS4 or PS4 like graphics, or is
like the textures don't look totally finished. They look good, but they don't look finished. And I'm not faulting it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's in development still, so. But yeah, I'm liking the way it looks. I like the battle system. It looks a lot faster,
Yeah,
a
definitely.
little bit more intuitive.
good.
And like they have like the summons now that you can like ride and stuff or something.
Yeah, like
that.
the whatever, like the rise or
Yeah,
like
I think
the,
they
or-
changed the summons somehow a
It's
little
like-
bit.
like they made it look like the electrical parade.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
Nice.
that was
I thought that was
what I
pretty
got.
dope,
Yeah. What I like as far as the direction it's going is like the shaders, like they giving them that matted look, because it makes them look like kind of like toys, like moving toys in a way. Like
I can dig it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just. Especially since they're anime looking too. That's
it's perfect.
That's the
a good
result.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like it looked when I first saw it, it looked like how Street Fighter looked.
Right.
Street Fighter 5 looked when they very first showed it.
Mm-hmm.
They looked like little porcelain dolls or something like that.
Right. Yeah. And I still
And
like.
I feel like that's the way it looks. I think it'll look better in the end too.
Mhm.
Just a little.
Yeah, I mean I like the
Details,
style,
yeah,
but yeah, I think it needs more detail. But yeah,
As
that'll-
far as
that'll
like the
come.
matted look,
Mhm.
as opposed to like.
It's a
something
good
that's-
style choice though.
I mean, I totally agree with you guys on that. As far as like UI, user interface, I like the simple look of it.
Right.
I'm gonna like compare Xenoblade to this game, just because Xenoblade's awesome. It's a really good game. Xenoblade Chronicles X, stupid name, but it's really a dumb name. They should just call it like Xenoblade X or Xeno something.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm rambling here. In Xenoblade, I'm not gonna spoil this for you, but there is like in the UI, the battle UI, on-field UI, there's so much crap, and the game itself is huge, and you don't really see the scale of the game or see the scale of the world when you have all that crap overlaid. With Kingdom Hearts 3, they only have the basic commands on one corner and your gauges on one corner. And I like that. I don't want to see anything else on the screen except for those two items. And I want to see the enemies. I want to see who's behind the enemy. I want to see what's in the background. I want to see the effects. And from what the gameplay trailer has showed, I really like that.
I mean, it's been like that throughout like every single iteration, like pretty basic.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, where everything's at. But even more so, how you say the user interface takes away. If it's too cluttered, then it's definitely going to take away from the background.
Mm-hmm.
And it's better that this is minimal because you can actually there's a lot more space. It's not just like flat ground anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Levels.
right.
You got the water, like in the gameplay video, you see like waterfalls. He's like, and then he gets into the waterfall and starts floating down the river, and you see all the enemies like stacked on different levels, like chasing him.
Mm-hmm. So there's some, was it y-axis, right? yeah. So that's good.
It's a standard old school RPG menu system.
Mm-hmm. So
Very minimal.
As far as that, I mean, that goes, like, we really don't know what the story is. I mean, besides like the culmination of what's been happening.
It's supposed to be the end, though, right? Isn't it? This is the last game. I think.
I possibly. That's what I was gonna bring up too. Like, is this the end game? Because I think, in my opinion, I think they've kind of dragged it on long enough. Every game had you have the Heartless in the first game, and the second you have the Nobodies, and then in Birth by Sleep you have like the Unversed. And Birth by Sleep kind of really just ties everything together full circle, and that's the point at where they're at now. They're trying to bring everybody back.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, like,
this has to be the end.
Watching the trailer, like I said, it's like a reunion of everybody, like all the characters from the side games, the main game, the enemies from different games, and when you see them all in one place, it's like, just a culmination of like all that.
Yeah.
and hopefully it ends. Like honestly, if this is the last Kingdom Hearts game to come out in like forever in my lifetime, I'd be happy as long as the story's good. And as long, I mean, from judging from what the system looks like and the the battle system and playability,
I just realized
the fun
that's
factor.
Like the Toy Story shooting game.
Oh right, yeah,
the Buzz
yeah.
Lightyear
Yeah,
thing.
Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, that's what Noel brought up earlier.
The part that you get into, so get that high score.
This trailer didn't divulge too much. You see like older places like the mystical tower that Yen Sid lives in, the wizard guy from Fantasia. You see that redone and modernized. It looks really good. They haven't exposed any other worlds from other Disney movies yet, so
yeah.
And there's been quite a lot of Disney movies that's come out. So.
Right, exactly.
They're gonna have Frozen in there.
There has to be Frozen. Big Hero 6,
Yeah,
that's
that's
confirmed.
confirmed.
That's
Oh, really?
confirmed, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like it. I
liked it. New
So-
San Francisco. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
San Francisco. So that's a really cool idea. I just want to see. So now it's just a matter of seeing like the guest characters, like how they play, yeah, or how they're gonna be as the AI. To be honest, I don't even see any like Donald or Goofy like running around with you, right?
They are.
They're in there.
I just haven't. Really
I mean,
looked.
they're on the the meter on the side.
No, I
They
didn't
don't really
notice.
focus too much on them.
Yeah, they're probably off doing their thing.
Dying.
Yeah.
AIs being AIs.
Because like I think the very first I could be wrong. The very first trailer that they showed for Kingdom Hearts 3, it was like the two Keyblade masters when they're really young and they were like playing chess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I thought this was gonna be the end, because they're finally like in the main game. They're finally showing these two, and like what they went. They're probably gonna show what they went through, and
I totally forgot about that cutscene. Now I remember it though.
yeah.
I'm guessing so because there's Dream Drop Distance to Play and whatever 2 movies they added. So, yeah. I'm not entirely done with the story, but I'm more caught up than you two.
Oh, way
Oh,
more
yeah.
content.
But from like our standpoint, like me and you, we know 1, 2, and we want to play 3. We
Yeah.
just want.
I'm just
good,
gonna
you
hop
guys-
right into 3.
Yeah, there you go.
At this point, I don't care. I mean, I want to know the story, but I don't care to play the other ones anymore.
Yeah,
I
we
think
could read up.
I
about
just
it.
got
Wiki-
too
yeah,
much other
Wiki.
things.
See
Yeah.
someone speed run about it.
Speedrun.
Just watch all the cutscenes or whatever.
I'm glad to say I experienced some of it.
Well, that's good.
Not a waste.
Yeah, that's
It is
fine.
a waste. I mean, as long
Well, it
as
is
you
a
find-
waste, but it's not a waste.
If you found it enjoyable,
Yeah.
then I'm not hating on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we can say we're excited about it. So
Oh, yeah.
we hope to see more soon. And we'll see you next time.
All right.